Hi, this is Jody Luna from Jody Luna Art. In this next project, we're going to make an apple and rose basket. This is more of an intermediate project, but I'm going to go slowly so you can follow along. Let's look at some of the supplies you'll need. You're going to need some salt dough, and if you're not sure how to make it, in my first video where I do a heart wreath, I explain that it's 1 cup of flour to 1 cup of salt, and then mix it together until it becomes the consistency of Play-Doh. You're going to gradually add some water, and then you take a little bit of the salt, put it in some water to make a paste, and a little extra flour is nice in case the salt gets sticky or the salt dough gets sticky. You're going to need some cloves for this, and if you don't have any salt dough or sculpting tools, I just suggest opening up a paper clip or using a toothpick, and I like to use something like this for mine. It's important to work on a surface that you can slide right onto a cookie sheet and put in the oven, so I like to use nonstick parchment paper, but tin foil will work as well. First, we're going to form the base of the basket. So I've got a ball of dough about this size, and just shape it into the basket shape that you'd like. I'm going to make mine come down to a bit of a V. And then I'm going to take my sculpting tool and I'm going to make some lines, alternate them, kind of like there was weaving of a basket. And now you've got your basket base, and we're going to put the roll of dough on the bottom. So we're going to move this up a little bit so I can roll onto the table. You're going to want to roll it, spreading out your fingers as you go so that it will be thin and even. Then you're going to loop it in half, start from the middle, roll it, put a little paste at the base and the sides right down here of your basket. And we can see right now we've got too much. You can just pinch it off, and you can roll it around to the side, pinch it off, and tuck it in. Now we have our basket bottom. Take your paper clip or a sculpting tool and tuck it in a little bit. Now we're going to want to do our basket top. So it's basically the same principle, but we're going to do this one a little bit thicker. So you want to start out with your ball of dough being smooth. Same thing, you're going to roll it out, but this time you're not going to want to do it as thin. We're going to want it a little bit thicker for the basket handle, but we're going to have to make sure we go long for this because it's quite a long space that basket handle is going to be. Pinch off a ball of dough about this size. And then you're going to make sure you have your plenty of paste at the base. And then you're going to take and dip one of your cloves in so it looks like it's a little top of an apple. Just make a whole bunch of little tiny balls of dough before you even start for grapes. If you haven't made them all, pause the video and make them. Basically, we're going to make our grapes coming right here, drooping down. And I just basically start dropping them in. Okay, now we're ready for our roses. In the last video, I showed you how to make roses. Basically start with a ball of clay, flatten it out, roll it up so you can get the centerpiece, the center bud, and then just start taking some petals, forming them, alternating them. See, I can tell my hands are sticky, so I'm going to pause this video and I'm going to go wash my hands. Okay, so we're ready. Hands are clean. A lot easier to make a rose with clean hands. Start pressing your petals, forming them around. Hold it at the base of the dough so you don't squish your petals. Oh. And I spent countless hours practicing roses, so if it doesn't look like mine, if yours doesn't look like mine right away, just squish it up and try again. And I've got to tell you, saved dough doesn't do well. Fresh dough is the best. Okay, I think I'll put one more petal on this one. And then we're going to gently turn it over and we're going to pinch the back side. And I'm going to put one of the roses right here. Put a little bit of paste. Set it in there. Take your paper clip or toothpick and press it down a little bit till you get it where you want it. Okay, we're going to put a little partial rosebud in there, so I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. Remember to put your paste in there. And sometimes I just even stab it on like that so I don't use my fingers. Okay, so a word about baking. I like to bake my salt dough sculptures on 170, the lowest setting of your oven. It's going to be a long bake. It's usually all day, and then I flip it over and all night. If you don't like to leave your oven on at night, then all day, turn off your oven, flip it over, and do the backside the night after. If you don't want to use your oven at all, you can let it air dry. It's going to take about a week. So about halfway through the week, when it's firm on one side, flip it over, let it dry on the other, and then it's going to leave like a little crack on the back. Just take some more dough and shove it in there and smooth it over, and there you go. So I'm glad you joined me for this lesson, and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss any of the arts and craft lessons that I'm going to be doing soon. Thank you.